patch notes. Update 7.3.6.1. Activities, Crucible, General. Quota penalties are now applied to the accounts and not the character. Oh, wow. You think you can evade this? Not no more. It's to the entire account. Iron Banner. Increase the drop rates for Tusk of the Boar and Multi-Max CCX for players that have not acquired them yet. Don't you love fixes to things that happen after weapons are no longer dropping? It's fantastic. By the way, this week is not Iron Banana. Little late on this one, Bungie, right? Little late on this one. They're like, yeah, you grind it all week. Got the drop on the final day. So April the 30th. All right. So for my folks on April the 30th, you will now have increased drop rates. Let me just say, I got extremely lucky. Within our first 5 Ingrams that we turned in, we got Tusk of the Boar and Multi-Mock. So we got really lucky. But there were people that spent hours and hours farming for Ingrams, turning them in, and never getting Tusk to drop for them. Hopefully with these increasing drop rates, you'll be able to get them, which means you can then target loot those things because you can actually target loot with Lord Saladin. Now, Destiny 2 Into the Light Onslaught fixed an issue where players who miss the portal back to the main combat area remain stuck for the duration of the purchase phase. That's extremely annoying. It fixed an issue where Onslaught was showing the Trials of Osiris symbol when selecting the activity. Interesting. Let me just say this too, guys, and I've noticed this with Blueberries when playing in Fireteam Finder. If you're in the pyramid ship section and your teammate dies in that section, don't just leave them there, okay? Turn around, go resurrect that man so that he can at least go back to the Onslaught area. I've seen so many people literally just leave their teammates right there at the pyramid ship. Okay, you could slow down. It takes you 5-6 seconds to get the rest. Now, exotic missions, the Whisper. Fix an issue where only the player breaking an oracle would get rewards. Fix an issue where the player breaking the oracle could get more rewards than intended. Interesting. We actually did a Whisper mission breakdown. You can get all intrinsics now if you want to check that out. But yes, that's good. They fixed that. Gameplay and investment weapons. Fix an issue where players could get unlimited uptime for the Cascade Point perk. Really? How did you do that? How did one do this? Unlimited uptime? So you could just blow everything? It had to be multiple column perks with Cascade, and you could swap back and forth. So swapping back and forth would mess with it? Interesting. But if I have, okay, so if I have the God Roll, Envious Assassin, Cascade Point in the same column, Edge Transit, I can still overload my Edge Transit, swap my perk to Cascade Point, right? Proc it, blow my load with a very large magazine, correct? That should still work. That's still, by the way, that's still the God Roll for me. UI and UX Fireteam Finder fixed an issue. We're creating a Fireteam Finder listing for the Vanguard Ops playlist when launch a random activity from said playlist. All right. And then General fixed an issue. We're interacting with Shaxx's hologram in the Hall of Champions. We play the wrong character animation. Interesting. So it's not that. Essentially, that's the animation. All right, guys. We're gonna get in the game. We're gonna go check out Shaxx. Look, in the meantime, the 2 weapons that are now dropping this week, guys, are the Mountaintop and Midnight Coup. And we've already gone over the God Rolls for this, but let me just say, there's a lot of things about Mountaintop that look really, really good. I love a lead from Gold Roll just for ammo economy. You know, you've got, actually, let me, who's in this Discord right now? Les,
Jesus Christ.
Dude, how dare you? How dare you? Also, Mountaintop is dropping in Midnight Coup. I've got you 2 in here with me right now. Let's talk God Rolls. I've already done my God Roll video, but what do you guys think the God Roll for Mountaintop is?
Okay, PvP, auto-loading, Harmony is what I'm going to go for.
Yo.
Maybe even recombination, because you do got to get a couple kills to then get special. You know what I'm saying? May not be that bad.
I see where you're coming from. I see
what
where
I
you're
mean?
coming
It may
from.
not be that bad.
Yeah, you know,
I mean, you need like 4 to equal that of Harmony in PvP.
I feel like Harmony would be the easier one to do, you know.
Oh, it's bad? Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, it's 5%
Yeah.
per elemental kill.
Never mind. We're good. It's fine.
All
I
right.
do want a recombination for PvE though. Big old targets.
You know, I do too. I actually want to do a recombination overflow roll. That way I can run it. I want to know if 2 back-to-back shots can immediately just slam a champion down. All right. So that's pretty much it. I mean, those are the rolls that I'm looking for. You know, 1 for all be an easy one to proc too, considering it's a grenade launcher. But now let's move on to Midnight Coup. So
It's a lot of rolls.
It's the thing about Midnight Coup that I saw the Firefly kinetic trimmer roll they showed off in the stream. I actually want the explosive payload kinetic trimmer roll.
Yo.
It doesn't speed up the proccing of kinetic trimmers, but it's just the increased damage on top of it. And keep in mind, a lot of people are forgetting this. Kinetic weapons are still going to be good with Prismatic because kinetic weapons contribute to both bars of transcendence. It's not just the
Does
dart. Yeah, it's at a lesser amount, but you have a fragment that actually increases the amount of transcendence you get. So having a good kinetic weapon will actually contribute to both of those bars increasing. And when one bar increases and maxes out, the other bar will actually increase at a greater rate.
I want 2 perks. I want Firefly, one for all as well, though.
That can work.
I'm not going to sleep on Enlightened Action. That perk is really good.
Yeah.
Max reload real quick.
Firefly one for all could proc off of each other really good, I would assume. Now for PvP, I'm thinking moving target or explosive with Zim moment or opening shot. That's
I was going to say, I feel like opening.
I don't like opening on hand cannons, really.
Yeah, Zim moment is just such a top tier trait now that, especially now that it works for PvP or for mouse and keyboard players. So yeah, that explosive Zim moment roll is going to be, that may be my favorite hand cannon in the game. It may really
and it sounds good.
Yeah.
Always W.
Yeah.
I don't know if you use Austringer much, but it has Zen moment in, and I think that perk makes it one of my favorite kinetics to use. It's just an unflinching laser beam of a hand cannon.
By the way, chat, if you're wondering what god rolls you should be going for, again, I did an overview video. It's a little lengthy, but it's about 30 minutes long, and I go over like essentially all the weapon rolls. We've got that as a pinned comment. I know some of these I don't spend a lot of time looking at. We will be doing individual reviews. This was more like, hey, here's 3 minutes to 4 minutes of every single weapon, right? We will be doing individual reviews of some of these standout weapons. I promise we'll get to them. But if you want us to check that out, you can. Oh, double Nightfall rewards this week. Here we go, guys. Chat, what's the Nightfall drop this week? And Vanguard booster? Monday's like, hey, there's something else outside of Onslaught, of which we will not play. No one gives a damn. The Nightfall this week is on Neomuna. Oh, it's Warden's Law, though. Wait a minute. That's actually one to go for, guys. It's Hypernet. I get it. But it's Warden's Law. You've got Overcharged Grenade Launcher, Solar Surge, Stasis Surge, Arc Threat, Champions here. Warden's Law is a phenomenal weapon. The point is that it also, you've seen the solo runs for Legend Onslaught. Those guys that are doing the solo runs are using Lucky Pants and Warden's Law. I'm just saying, amongst the grinding this week for shinies and Mountaintop and Midnight Coup, you may want to go and grab yourself a Warden's Law, of which we've done a review on, by the way. We did damage tests on it. It's fantastic. Now, let me fly here real quick to the tower. We're not the tower, the Hall of Champions. Let's see if we did get a reset here in rank. While we're heading this way, though, we'll go over the Eververse Store. This week we have an ornament here. Okay, for Imperial Decree, some shaders. Nothing that crazy. Some Master Chef emote, which you shouldn't buy. Oh! This is a good ornament. It's solid. I like this ornament. You got Lament's ornament for Bright Dust, some sparrows that you'll never use, a ship that you probably won't ever use, ghost shell, and a piece of armor. Interesting. How much is this? 1,200 Bright Dust? All right, I'm a collector. I'll pick it up. And an emote. All right. Shader wise. Okay. That's actually not a bad one. Nice. All right. Let me go see if this rank has been reset or not. People are saying that it resets every week, and we are not allowed to. That's why we're not allowed to manually reset. But let me see firsthand.
Why can't those rookies in the Crucible be
No.
more like you?
No. All right.
This was made.
It's really interesting. There is no reset. It's one and done. You get these materials, get these access keys, your Senate shards, your trophies, and then that's it. There's no reset. That's really surprising. By the way, before you can start attunement, we did an entire guide on this, but you want to make sure you pick up these quests, okay? This is how you start the attunement process. So I'm going to go ahead and pick these up, and they essentially just require to go get kills to these weapons, right? You got Midnight Ride, where complete one of the following objectives: rapid defeat combatants using hand cannons anywhere in the systems, which you get bonus progress for rapid final blows and onslaught. And then we have mountaintops here, for rapidly defeating enemies using breach loaded grenade launchers anywhere in the system, bonus progress for rapid final blows and onslaught. So you can also just kill outright guardians. That one right there shows 30. So there you go, guys. Slap that like button like your mama told you right.